What if I told you that you could earn over $1,000 just by making a Roblox game? The catch? You have to endure 14 days of excruciating development, endless hours of work, and sleepless nights. Would you do it? Well, I don't blame you, because I wouldn't do it either. No. Ow. Okay, so I have just 14 days to make a game completely from scratch, and because I'm just a scripter, I'm really gonna need some help.
What up, Cobra?
Wait, what, are you eating chips?
No.
So, you wanna make a game or
Yeah.
something? Oh, wait, for real?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. This is EBG. He and I have been working on this awesome FPS game in the background for a long time, and he's agreed to be the builder for our game. And now that the dream team is ready to go, it's time to come up with a game idea. Can we just, not do that to my voice? So we hopped on a call and came up with several cool game ideas that have to do with the theme. Now the theme for this game jam is history, and we came up with ideas like the Civil War, and the Revolutionary War, and World War I, and World War... We decided that a war game was just gonna be too generic, so we came up with a much more unique game. McDonald's. You think I'm joking, don't you? We decided to make a cool cooking game based on the 1950s fast food revolution. So now that we have the game idea... Really? Again? It's time to get to work. I mean, we only have 2 weeks, so we cannot waste any time. Okay, so it's day 2. Yeah, we both had things going on day 1, so we had to start a day late, which is definitely not a promising start to this challenge. But we were still gonna give it our all and prove to the world and to ourselves that we can do this. So I hopped on YouTube and started a live stream. Alright, what's going on, you guys? Look at the game, you guys. Look at this game, that's insane. Isn't that crazy? On this live stream, we mapped out all the mechanics for the game and made a solid plan for the rest of the challenge. And let me just say that the ideas we came up with were absolutely peak, bro. Should we put taxes in the game?
Taxes?
Like, every once in a while you have to remember to pay your taxes.
Yeah. Add different endings. One of these. Jail, bro.
Now that the game is all mapped out, it's time to move on to step 1, the interaction system. In our game, players are going to need to pick up the ingredients in order to cook them and prepare them for the customers. So I inserted a module script into replicated storage and started scripting. The good news is this should take 10, maybe 20 minutes, 2 hours. That's how long it took. I started by adding a little hover effect, which was honestly the only thing that worked fine the first try. Next, I made it so that whenever a player clicks on one of these parts, it moves the part right in front of the camera, and then every single frame it would update the position to always be in front of the camera. And let's just say things didn't exactly go as planned. Oh my gosh.
What just happened?
I got a flying glitch. That was crazy. Oh my gosh, what on earth? Eventually I got that working, but then I ran into another issue that got me in a pickle. Is that just Roblox physics?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna test this out. I'm curious.
What is happening? Look at the stream, bro. You see, because Roblox is a multiplayer game, Roblox has both clients and one server. Basically, the server is the actual game, while the clients are all the players that are playing the game. The issue was that the player was trying to pick up and move a part that was owned by the server. This basically meant that both the server and the player's device were fighting for ownership over that part. So I just made a script that changed the owner of those parts to the actual player rather than the server. And just like that, it was working. But the problem is now that it looks really stiff. To fix that, I used this really cool module by Quenti called Spring. Alright, Spring, here we go. It basically simulates a spring by smoothly moving from one position to another, and I used it to make our pickup system so much more polished. Next, I decided it was time to spice up the UI. So I moved over to Figma and created this little pop-up for whenever you were hovering over the food. Then I imported it to Roblox and hooked it up with my code. And there we go, the entire interaction system is complete. But that still leaves 4 major steps to complete if we're ever gonna win that dough. Get it? And these steps keep getting more and more challenging with time. So enough talking, let's move on to step 2, the cooking system. Now the first food on our menu is a burger. So I started by making a system that would allow the players to actually stack and build the burger. I added a class attribute to all the ingredients, in this case burger, and made a module that would create a brand new burger object for every single bottom bun in the game. Next, I created a script that would run every single frame to check if the player was holding a burger ingredient by the bottom bun. And if they were, then the ingredient would clip onto the bun. And just like that, it's working. Wait, what? And just like that, it's working. Now the only issue is that the patty is technically raw. So it's time to start scripting the stove. Now EBG made this really cool stove model, and I honestly think that he cooked. Get it? Okay, I'm sorry. I made it so that whenever you drag a patty close to the stove, it clips on one of the burners and starts to cook the meat. Alright, now we're cooking with gas. Sorry, that joke was too cheesy. Next, I added some smoke and some sound effects for while the meat is cooking. Oh, and while that's cooking, you should totally subscribe. I mean, it is right there. It's pretty easy. Next, I needed to make a way for you to flip the patty. Now, I could just throw a proximity prompt in there and call it a day, but that would be too easy. And as the great poet Robert Frost once said, 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one without the proximity prompt. Or something like that. So I had EBG model this spatula, and I created a realistic flipping system where you literally have to flip the patty with your camera. I also made it so you could cook the buns as well. But to make the game more intense, I made it so that your food could burn if you leave it on the stove for too long. This would get really tricky over time as you were handling more and more food as well as more stoves. Finally, I made it so that you can wrap your burger in a wrapper and place it inside of a bag for the customer. And with that, the cooking system was done. But all of that took several days, meaning we are really starting to run out of time for this game. If we want any chance of winning this thing, we're really gonna have to lock in and catch up. With that said, let's move on to step 3, the placement system. For this game, we decided on a sandbox style placement system, meaning that players can place their items all across the map to really make their restaurant their home. So I started by detecting where... Huh? What?
Hey you, come here.
Who, me?
Yeah, you, come here.
Okay. I mean, we're kind of already really close.
Oh, wait, you're right. Do you want me to give you some space or something?
I mean, it's whatever, man.
Okay, cool.
Was there something you wanted
Oh, yeah,
to tell
my bad.
Oh, okay.
You're supposed to tell them about Noble Devs, man.
Oh, you're right. Thanks, bro. Before we go any further, I want to quickly tell you about my brand new website, Noble Devs. Noble Devs is for anybody wanting to learn development, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced. Noble Devs is not just one course, but it's a whole catalog of content designed to help you learn development. You'll learn development skills like scripting, building, UI, modeling, and more from a variety of real teachers through our courses, lessons, and quizzes. Best of all, you'll get access to all of the Roblox content for just $10.99 per month. And if you sign up for our free email list at nobledevs.com, you'll get a discount code for 20% off your first month. Plus, we'll send you developer tips and tricks straight to your email for free to help you grow your games faster. We're getting ready to release within the next few weeks, so go sign up now. Go to nobledevs.com. That's nobledevs.com. And now, back to the video. And you're still really close, man.
Oh, sorry, bro.
So I started by detecting where the mouse was in 3D space. Next, I wanted to make it snap to a grid, but I don't know how to do that. So, wait, what's this? I guess I'll just copy, pasta, and boom, it's working. Next, I took the spring module and sprung it right back into action to make the placement system a lot more smooth. And just like that, it was totally working. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Next, I made the UI with a declarative UI framework called Fusion. That's just a fancy way of saying I made the UI with code because I like to make everything more difficult than it has to be. That said, I think it was totally worth it because it ended up looking really cool. And in the meantime, EBG made this super cool restaurant map that added a lot of flavor to the game. And with that, task number 3 was done. But we still have 2 major tasks with less than 1 week to complete them. Time is running out fast, so with that said, let's move on to step 4, the customer system. The customer system was going to be one of the more advanced features of the game. There needed to be randomized orders that would not order any food the player does not have. Moreover, it needed to take into account the different recipes and the different variants, such as cheeseburgers and bacon burgers. I ended up placing these recipes inside of an orders module that stored all the different types of food that the NPCs could order. Next, I created a customer class that I could spawn spawn in, walk to the window, and generate an order for. And it was this very script that would cause major problems for me toward the end of the game jam. Next, I added a UI pop-up that would show their order whenever you clicked on a customer. I also made it so that you could deliver the food to the customers, and if you get their order wrong, they'll punish you by not paying you the full amount. EBG also made a bunch of 50s themed customer models for the script to choose from. I was also able to add names to the customers, and I found a short little list of names online and copied it into our project. Oh my. There ended up being over 8,000 different names that the script could choose from, including the best feature of the entire game, Burger Bob. And out of the 8,000 names, if the script happens to choose Burger Bob, then you get a special badge. There was actually a lot more that went into making the customer system, but I'm not gonna bore you with all 451 lines of code. And with that, the customer system was complete, or so I thought. But I'll leave that scary foreshadowing for a future me at 2 o'clock in the morning. And with that, we only have one step left. So ready or not, it's time for the market system. For the last major system of our game, we wanted to create a rotating market that syncs across every single server. So to start with this, I created a time system. This system took the actual time in real life and compared it to the Unix epoch, which is January 1st of 1970. Now, no matter what server you're in or when you join, because we all share time, the game syncs across servers. Next, I used the time to generate a seed for our game's randomizer. That sounds really fancy, but all it means is that I was able to randomize things like the shop, but still have the randomization sync across all the servers. Next, I hooked up the market system to our time system that we made earlier. Now, when the time hits 12 o'clock, the market opens until 5:30. Next, I created this UI for the shops, and EBG made the buildings for the marketplace. There's Grillin', Appliance Nightmare, and County Counters. We didn't want this to be like any shop where you buy the items and they instantly show up in your inventory. So EBG modeled this delivery van, and I made a script that would make the van drive whenever the market closes to drop off all your packages. Alright, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Wait bro, how are you doing that? And just like that, your packages would be dropped off at the back of your restaurant. And there we go, the market system was finished, but something was still missing.
Yo, bro.
Huh? What?
I'm DJ Joe, bro. Your game needs some music, yo.
Why are you talking like that?
I'm a DJ, man. I rhyme if I can.
Okay, please just stop.
Man, quit acting like a glue stick when I'm just trying to get you some music.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Just give me one chance. I promise I'll make you dance.
Okay, fine. What do you got?
Alright, man. This won't take long. Just sit back and listen to this song.
Dude, what is that?
What? It's my new song. You don't like it?
I didn't say that. I just think it, doesn't fit the vibe.
Oh.
Are you crying?
No, I'm not crying.
Turns out DJ Joe was right and the game really needed some music, so I added some chill background music for while you're cooking your food. And with that, the final step was done. Remember that problem I told you about earlier? We ended up finding a game-breaking bug that would not allow you to click on the customers to take their order. Not only that, but we found several other bugs while playtesting the game the night before the game was due. With only a few hours left, I honestly thought we were cooked. We ended up staying awake until 3 a.m. on the final day, fixing bugs and fine-tuning the game. And even after I went to bed, EBG ended up pulling an all-nighter to make sure the game was perfect. As the hours ticked by, we had no choice but to finish and submit our game. Before we take a look at the game jam results, I just want to say how much fun I had making this game. Sure, it was really stressful at times, but making a game alongside an incredible builder and an amazing fan base was just so much fun. People always ask me for my advice on making games, and I finally have something I'd like to say. No matter what game you're making, make games with your friends. I have made countless projects on my own, and I always seem to end up burning out. Working with a team not only makes it fun, but it energizes you and motivates you to actually complete the game that you set out to make. So before you start making your next project, remember, don't fly solo. Now, enough talking, let's see if we won the game jam. Okay, so unfortunately there was an error with the RoJam submission page because they didn't even receive our game at all, so we're just gonna have to see what happens. Okay, it's officially been like 3 weeks since the game jam ended, so are you ready to check the results?
Let's do this.
Alright, here we go. Neither of us have seen this yet. Alright, 3, 2, 1. We didn't even get honorable mentions? Well, that's a bummer. We checked out the winning games, and I will say they were very impressive games, so congratulations to those who won. And make sure you check out nobledevs.com.